Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi! We're going to be making some pendants, but first we're going to make some jelly prints. And I have no idea what I'm doing still, but I have some card, I have some rice paper, and I have some very cheap paints. Now, my first jelly plate I've already ruined, so it's a bit orange. But the cardboard, no, it's not cardboard, it's just thick card. And the rice paper should help me to actually get paint off this time. Now, these cheap paints I did not realise were actually translucent. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And I've got a piece of paper at the side of me, piece of card at the side of me that I'm going to rub my runoffs on, just to clean my brayer. Now, my brayers haven't come yet, I'm still waiting. This one drives me bonkers, because it keeps popping off. See, there it goes, driving me nuts. Now, you'll have to excuse my nails. They've come off, I quickly put some nail varnish on and then started faffing about and moving stuff, and now my nails are a shocking mess, and halfway through this, they will be gone. The nail varnish will be gone. So I'm using a mixture of acrylic paints and texture paste, and it's gold. Oh, it's lovely gold. Now, I am impatient and I should really be waiting for this to dry a little bit, but I don't, because that's me. And I do make quite a few prints and I don't use them all. I mean, this paint looks nice and thick when you put it down. And then you put the brayer over it and you can see just how thin it is. And I'm going to be using a mixture of stamps and stencils to try and make pretty patterns. Well, I think they're pretty patterns. And I'm also using the end of the brush to make swirly whirlies. You will hear me say lots of different words in this. None of them make any sense because, again, that's me. The Gertisms. The card I found was a lot easier to take the paint off, and I love that one. That's really nice. Now I'm having to fast forward everything because by the time I'd done, I'd got nearly an hour's long video. So I will be using that runoff paper on something. I don't know what yet, but it's quite nice now. Now, I do use a stencil in two different ways. One, just to pull off the paint, and then print it. And one, to pull off and also paint over. I don't know if that makes actual sense, but you can just about see that's like a snake skin. So I'm going to add some more paint, and I'm going to use, I think it's a brick one? No, it's not a brick one. Is it a brick one? No, it's a brick one. I'm arguing with myself. I'm sorry. Memory like a goldfish. That's not a brick one. See, I was right to argue with myself. But that looks like leather. And I did it on rice paper and I rolled over the top for some strange reason. So yeah, that was a big fat fail. But I love that pattern. And I suppose I could use it on something, but I don't know what. And I wish I'd have done it again, because that would have been a lovely idea for some jewellery, for a pendant. And again, I'm doing the swirly gigs and just wiggling it around and having no rhyme or reason for it. I was just really enjoying myself. I was sad, just making little swirly patterns and just chilling. So now I'm using the brick, but I'm going to put some green paint over the top, and it does kind of slightly smudge the gold, but that's fine. And then I go over the top with black, I think. Yes, I used black acrylic acrylic paint, and it looks nothing at the minute, and then you take it off, it's like, oh, that's cool. And then you print it, it looks even more cool. I mean, that just screams graffiti. I really enjoyed it. And none of these paints have been opened, so I'm having to use my teeth and my nails. I couldn't get that one open, so I gave it up as a bad job and used a different colour. So I use red and black that's left on my roller, and I think I use a bit of gold. So it's more like a rust colour. And then I print on some gel stamps. Now, you can't really see it. And I will fess up, I ruined this one. It looks really nice. You can see it coming through on the rice paper. Only the bit I used for a piece of jewellery, I went and put black pen over the back. And of course it's rice paper. It's thin. It just seeps straight through. So I wasted that one. I can still use the other bits though. And I think it's quite pretty. But I do prefer the thick card to the rice paper. I think the rice paper's really thin. It just feels wrong to me. I know it's a medium that's supposed to be used, but I think it's because I don't have much feeling in my fingers that it just feels like, well, loo roll. It really does. And this time I just used the end of the brush just to make some patterns. Rather than putting the paint down, I took the paint away. And I thought this was quite a cool idea too. And it printed quite nicely. But I don't remember using this one in my jewellery. I don't think I do. But I do love the fact that you can see it through the rice paper. I just don't love the rice paper. I mean, it's very faint, but you can see it. But I think it would have shown up a lot better if I'd have used a card. So I left that one to dry so I can clean my gel plate off. Now, I've already made a couple of these out of other bits and bobs. And I've cut out the bits that I like. And I've got some little bits and bobs, and I've got some, what do you call them? Not water slides. Fake tattoos. That's it. That you take off with water. Now, I coloured the backs because I want the backs just to be black. Nothing fancy. And then I did it to this. I mean, look, how silly is that? You can't see it now. So that's wasted. I hate waste. So now I'm going to use J. Diction's UV resin. And I'm just bending it to try and get it flat. And kind of pinning it down. And I'm not using a mould. And ideally you're supposed to seal your paintings on paper. But I didn't. Because one, I'm lazy. And two, I'd already done it before, so I knew it would work. And I want these to be freeform. Just totally random shapes. I mean, I've shaped it as much as I can, but if it does turn out to be something completely weird, that's fine. And yes, it does curl up a little bit, but when it's dry, when it's cured, it's still warm, and then you can bend it a little bit. So this is number one, and I'm using the cat. And this is the cat from Coraline. If you've not seen the film, where have you been? It's one of my favourites. I love Coraline. And no, it's not a Tim Burton film. It just looks like it is. So I'm going to build up in layers. And I'm using the little bit of, what's that stuff called? Polymer clay, there we go. Just to get it level. If you can use that, it's a lot easier. And I noticed I'd not actually put it level. I'd squished it down one end and not the other. So the bit that ran off, I just put back in bottle. Because again, I don't like waste. So I'm curing each side. I'll be doing each side at least 2 or 3 times. But the front I'll do more than 2 times at least. Because I want it to have what do you call it? Oh my days, I'm at it again. I want a dome. There we go, I want a dome on it. So then it makes it look a bit more jewellery-like. And these pens, I've had these from Temu for a while. Not even used them. Dead as a dodo. I think I'm going to try them upside down and see if that helps. This one, the snake skin pattern type thing, I just wanted it to pop out a little bit more. So I cut out the shape that I wanted this time, rather than putting the resin on and letting it do its own thing. And with it being the shape I wanted and have it on the blue tack, no, not blue tack, polymer clay, it would help not to drip off. But I didn't do that one on the polymer clay. I ended up just doing it flat on the thing. So when it gets hot, I do have to bend it a little bit. Cured, but hot. Not too hot that it's going to burn your fingers. Well, I say not burn your fingers. It probably would your fingers. I don't feel it. So I'm using my scissors so I don't have to put my fingers in it. And what I'll do is I'll cure that either side a few times. And I'll pop along and do the rest of them. So you're not having to watch me faff about. But I did want to put a flower on one of them. And then I looked at it and I thought, no, that don't look like it needs a flower. It needs something else. So I put that thing that's on the, oh dear. Wind chime? No, it's not a wind chime. Thank you to my members, my subscribers, old and new. You're all fabulous beings. And what I was trying to say was Dreamcatcher. Oh my days. Oh dear. So now I'm using my Resin's toolkit. Love this thing. I hate sanding, but I love this thing. It's just so much easier. Just twiggle everything round. Give it a wipe. Now I always leave my last top coat after I've filed and drilled, so I don't get mess everywhere and I accidentally let go of that and it just went whee. And you do have to be kind of gentle when you're putting a hole in, because it does kind of get stuck if it's too thick. So if you just go in gently. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because it just sounds absolutely rude, and I know you people in that chat, you're naughty. So I've got these all done. Now I was going to use beads and then realised that they're not going to actually go onto these necklaces, and I was thinking of using that star that obviously you can't see because, well, I'm a professional. There you go, showed it you now, and I'd changed my mind on that. Now I am very limited on the things I use, the bales, because I've only got what's in that box. I have seen some, but I just haven't got round to, well, doing anything about it. And I'd really like to do them on proper chains and all next time. They just look so much better. But I'm using the necklaces that Tracy at Mini Scenes GB sent me. And these rings, I can't even remember what kit they came with. But they're all just jumbled into one. And I keep dropping these and it's driving me potty. Oh my days. My grip has gone to pot. So I try the beads and then realise, no, that's not actually going to work. It doesn't look right. And then I snapped one of the necklaces. So this video, well, if it could go wrong, it did go wrong. So I gave up and I stopped putting the beads on. It looked ridiculous. And put them back in the bag. And you know that bag of beads? I moved my furniture around again, which I'm contemplating doing yet again. Don't tell the husband. It's a sealable bag. I forgot to seal it, so I started shifting and the bag went everywhere. The cats had a field day. They were like, ooh, gotta chase them, gotta catch them. And I'm like, oh God. I had to laugh though, because it's just me and my silly ways. It was bound to happen. Last time I shifted, it was a little box of Lego. That wasn't fun. So now I am putting on all the bits and bobs I need. Jump rings, always twist, never pull. I prefer the other side of this one, the one I'm showing you. I prefer that side to the other side, but it's interchangeable. You can turn it around and have it either way. That's what I've decided. because the other side's got a little tiny metal unicorn on it and a couple of tiny metal stars. And again, I am completely off camera. Oh dear. But I think my favourite one, I've got a favourite 3, is the cat, the brown and gold one with the moon, and the one I'm doing now with the dream catcher on. I really like them. And they are all completely unique, never to be replicated ever again, because, well, you can't. Everything's, well, free-flowing really. And I thoroughly enjoyed making them. So, if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment and all the good stuff. And thank you for watching. Don't forget Dave's up next, plus this is the Thursday train. And I shall see you all next time. Bye bye.
Unicorn.